Rassie has named a 34-man squad to take on Scotland, England and Wales in the Autumn Nations Series year-end tour. I want to show you the total test matches and minutes that these selected players have played for the Springboks this year so far. Now before you throw up having to look at an Excel sheet, hopefully this will give you a better picture on how Rassie rotates the players, and for that I'll chuck the Excel sheet away and hopefully make it a little bit more presentable. For the props, Rassie has selected Oxen Che, who's played 9 out of the 10 matches for the Springboks this year so far with a total of 471 minutes, accompanied by Vincent Koch, also 9 test matches, Frans Malherbe, who's played 7 test matches, Gerard Steenkamp with 7 test matches, and Thomas de Toey with only 3 test matches under his belt this year. For the hookers, Rassie has selected Malcolm Marx, who's played 9 test matches for the Springboks with a total of 372 minutes, Bongi Mbonambi with 7 test matches, and utility forward Jan-Hendrik Wessels, who has played 3 tests and 109 minutes for the Springboks this year so far. For the locks, Eamon Etzebeth has played 9 test matches this year with 538 match played minutes. Franco Mostert makes a return from injury, having played 3 test matches and a total of 146 minutes for the Springboks this year so far. Rohan Orkie has played 5 test matches, and RG Snyman also got selected with a total of 3 test matches for the Springboks this year so far. For the loose forwards, Kwagga Smith with 9 test matches, Pieter Step de Toey with 8 test matches, and the second highest played minutes under his belt for the entire Springbok squad selected. He has played a total of 640 minutes. It would be interesting to see if he gets rested for a match or 2 during the year-end tour. Siya Kolisi also selected with 6 test matches for the Springboks this year so far and a total of 334 minutes. Marco van Staden got selected with 5 test matches for the Springboks, along with Elrich Louw with 7 test matches and Jasper Wiese with 4 test matches for the Springboks this year so far, mainly due to a suspension for a red card he received earlier this year. Before we get to the backline players, if you want to see more of this type of content, please consider subscribing to the channel. In the scrum half department, Rassie has selected 3 players, with Grant Williams having played most of the 7 test matches this year coming off the bench, Kobus Reinach with 5 test matches and 254 minutes, and Jaden Hendrikse with just 3 test matches this year so far. For the fly-offs, Rassie has selected Handré Pollard with 8 test matches and 343 minutes, and Manie Lebok with 4 tests to his name for the Springboks this year. In the midfield and centre positions, Rassie has selected Andre Esterhuizen, who's only played 2 test matches with a total of 61 minutes for the Springboks this year so far. Jesse Kriel, who's played 9 out of the 10 test matches for the Springboks this year so far, and the most minutes of anyone in the squad, with 719 minutes to his name. Damian de Olinda with 7 test matches and 464 minutes, and Lukhanyo Amu's played 5 out of the 10 test matches for the Springboks this year so far. For the outside backs, Rassie has selected 7 players, with Makazole Mapimpi playing 4 out of the 10 test matches with 320 match played minutes this year so far. Kurtley Arendse played 7 test matches this year for the Springboks and has received the most yellow cards by any Springbok player this year so far. Cheslin Colby has also played 7 test matches for the Springboks with 560 match played minutes under his belt. Willie Leroux is also selected and he's closing in on 100 test caps for the Springboks. He's played 4 out of the 10 test matches for the Springboks this year. Apalele Fase also selected, having played 6 test matches for the Springboks this year. Kanan Moody selected, having only played 1 test match in 46 minutes for the Springboks this year so far, and Damian Willems, back from injury, yet to put on the green and gold this year. Please let me know in the comment section below and who you felt were unlucky to miss out on the tour selection. With Sasha Feinberg and Gomezulu, Salman Murat, Faf de Klerk and Steven Kutzhoff all missing out on selection due to ongoing injuries. My personal take on a player that deserved to be going on this tour is Cameron Hanekom. Hopefully we will see him in the green and gold soon. I'm not sure if there's anything he could have done more to be selected for the Springboks this year. If you enjoyed this video, please give this video a thumbs up by clicking on the like button, and even better, please consider subscribing to the channel. I will also leave a link up about a video I did on Rassie's full coaching career if you want to have a look, and I will see you in the next one.